It's going to be a great day to head out there to catch a glimpse of Will Smith working the drive-through or whatever the counter. But what's happening is we're looking at some cooler weather here in Southern California. Take a look. We're starting off the morning with temperatures mainly in the mid-50s for areas like Pasadena and also the Moreno Valley. And then as you get closer to the coast, we're looking at temperatures in the low 60s for Malibu and also for LAX. We have a lot of clouds overhead this morning. We had that marine influence that have really pushed in. Here's a look at what's happening. So I'm trying to show you that, yes, we do have an air quality alert, meaning we're banning the use of wood burning, especially those wood burning devices. And that's because we have a lot of that stable air. But now that we have this increased sea breeze, we're looking at a lot of the marine influence overhead. So it's going to keep us a lot cooler. In fact, today is the coolest day of the week here. And then we're looking at the possibility of maybe some patchy drizzle. Look at this live shot right now of our Santa Monica Pier camera. You can kind of see the low clouds and fog. So we can't rule out the possibility of some patchy drizzle this morning, especially with how thick the clouds are. Here's a look at what I'm talking about. The reason why we are cooling down here in Southern California is because of this weakening atmospheric river event. Unfortunately, we're not getting any of this moisture from this weak atmospheric river event. Most of it's going to stay to the north of us and then also really hit the Pacific Northwest. But you could see that it is bringing in a lot more of the clouds overhead here in Southern California. So that's why today is going to be more clouds than sunshine, especially in some spots. And then as we head into the rest of the afternoon, those winds, that sea breeze, that onshore push gets a little bit stronger, so it will create some windier conditions, especially over some of the mountains and also our desert communities. All right, so here is a look at where we're seeing the low clouds and fog this morning. We are looking at a little bit more of the clouds pushing in as we head into the rest of the morning, and then it's going to slowly start to clear as we head into the afternoon. So you could see it has pushed all the way into our San Fernando Valley locations, even reaching some parts of the Santa Clarita Valley. So this tells you how thick it is compared to what we saw yesterday. And you can see the clouds have pushed up against our foothill communities, Pasadena, and also into Glendora. And we're also looking at some clouds this morning, even in the Inland Empire. We thought we weren't going to see any clouds in the Inland Empire, but you could just see how thick that marine influence has gone. So that means it's going to be much cloudier this morning. It's going to take some time for a lot of the clouds to clear once we head into the latter part of the morning. And then on top of that, with that weak atmospheric river event taking place to the north of us, we're also looking at the clouds drifting overhead as well. So again, more clouds than sunshine for some parts of Southern California. Here's a look at what we're looking at highs for today. Look how much cooler it is compared to yesterday. So we're talking about temperatures mainly in the high 60s in areas like Camarillo and also Simi Valley. And then we have some low 70s in the Van Nuys area, low 70s for Chino, and then some mid 70s for the Inland Empire. So with this low pressure system, this is what's going to contribute to the much cooler weather today. Again, coolest day of the week. And then as soon as it leaves, we have a high pressure system trailing behind it. So by Friday into the weekend, we are warming up and drying out nicely. So this is something that we're going to continue to watch. And then you can see behind this high pressure system, there's another system that could potentially bring us much cooler weather by the middle end of next week. So that's something that we're also monitoring as well. There is a chance for patchy drizzle this morning because of the clouds. So we can't rule that out for LA and Orange County, upper 60s. And then once we get past today, look at that, warming up nicely to the low 80s by Friday, upper 70s, low 80s for the weekend. Valley 72 today, 79 tomorrow, and then we're jumping into the mid 80s by the end of the week. Inland Empire, a high today of 75, mid 70s through tomorrow, and then we're jumping up almost 10 degrees as we head into Friday.